One night a man was traveling back home, but it was already late, and he still had several hours to drive, so he decided to book a room for the night from the local hotel. "Good evening, I would like a single room, please." "Of course, sir. We have only one room available, our room number 7, but it is known as our best room with certain surprises once a month." Confused, the man agrees and takes the keys to the room, and goes there. He is so tired that he doesn't think too much about what the receptionist just said and just takes a shower and heads straight to bed. At around 3 a.m., a naked woman comes in and slides under the covers. The man wakes up and thinks that he is dreaming, but as the woman starts to play with his member, he realizes that this is all happening for real, and then takes her multiple times. After a couple of hours, the woman disappears, and the man thinks that it's time to get up and head home. So he goes to the reception and says, "That room was indeed amazing. How much do I have to pay you?" The receptionist looks and says, "That will be $100, please." The man is slightly surprised by the price, but thinks that he did have such a great time that it was totally worth it. He goes back home, and after a couple of weeks, he's talking to his friend, Mike, about what happened, and Mike thinks to himself, "I should try this room as well. In a couple of weeks, I will say to my wife that I'll go fishing, but I will book this room." And indeed, a couple of weeks later, he says to his wife that he is going fishing and heads to this hotel. He asks for room number 7 and gets the keys. He goes inside the room and opens a bottle of beer and drinks a few of them before heading to bed. At around 3 a.m., the door opens and he can see some woman walking towards the bed. It's very dark, but when he feels the sweet touch of a naked woman, he gets excited and takes her several times. After a couple of hours, the woman goes away and the man is feeling satisfied and goes to the receptionist and asks, "How much should I pay for this amazing room, please?" The receptionist says, "You don't have to pay anything, but we are happy to give you $500 as a thank you." The man is feeling very confused, but takes the money and is heading out when he stops and asks, "But why did you want to thank me? What for?" The receptionist says, "Well, we wanted to thank you for your fishing trips once a month. This allows your wife to come here and keep our male visitors satisfied. Our hotel has become very popular thanks to this." On a flight from Ireland, a sophisticated young woman found herself seated next to a priest, a man of the cloth with a kind and gentle demeanor. In the midst of the conversation, they struck up to pass the time during the long flight. She turned to the priest and, with a touch of nervousness, said, "Father, may I ask a favor of you?" The priest, being a man of service and always willing to help those in need, replied with a warm smile, "Of course, my child. What can I do for you?" The woman then explained her predicament, her voice hushed so as not to be overheard by other passengers. "You see, Father, I've purchased an expensive electronic hairdryer for my dear mother's birthday. It's still in its box, unopened, but it's quite pricey, well over the customs limits, and I'm afraid they may confiscate it at the airport when we land. Is there any way you could carry it through customs for me, perhaps hidden under your robes? I would be eternally grateful." The priest contemplated her request for a moment, weighing his desire to help against his commitment to honesty. Finally, he answered, his voice firm but kind. "I would be more than happy to help you, my dear, but I must warn you up front, as a man of God, I cannot tell a lie. I will carry it for you, but I will answer truthfully if questioned." The woman, confident in her plan, and believing that no one would suspect a priest of carrying contraband, reassured him, "Oh, Father, with your trustworthy face and your holy attire, I doubt anyone would dare to question you. You have nothing to worry about." Upon reaching customs at their destination, she allowed the priest to go ahead of her, trusting that his appearance would allow him to pass through without scrutiny. As expected, the customs officer, seeing the priest, asked in a routine manner, "Father, do you have anything to declare?" The priest, remembering his promise to the woman, responded in a serious and deliberate tone, "From the crown of my head down to my waist, I declare that I have nothing." The customs official, finding this answer rather unusual and not quite fitting the standard declarations, decided to press further, his curiosity piqued. He asked, raising an eyebrow slightly, "And what about from your waist down to the floor, Father?" "Anything to declare there?" The priest, without missing a beat and with a perfectly straight face, replied, "From my waist down, I possess a magnificent instrument. It's intended for use on a woman, but it has remained unused to this day." The customs officer, after a moment of stunned silence, grinned broadly, realizing the priest's clever and truthful wordplay, and, with a chuckle, waved him through.